If I have seen farther than others, it is because I was standing on the shoulders of giants. Yet one thing secures us whatever betide: the Scriptures assures us that the Lord will provide. This most elegant system of the sun, planets, and comets could not have arisen without the design and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. Nature is exceedingly simple and harmonious with itself. No sciences are better attested than the religion of the Bible. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. What we know is a drop, what we don't know is an ocean. Tact is the knack of making a point without making an enemy. Gravity explains the motions of the planets, but it cannot explain who sets the planets in motion. Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my greatest friend is truth. In the absence of any other proof, the thumb alone would convince me of God's existence. Truth is the offspring of silence and meditation. I keep the subject constantly before me and wait till the first dawnings open slowly, by little and little, into a full and clear light. We are to admit no more causes of natural things than such as are both true and sufficient to explain their appearances. I keep the subject constantly before me and wait till the first dawnings open, little by little, into the full light. What the space that is empty of bodies is filled with. I have studied these things, you have not. Nature is pleased with simplicity, and nature is no dummy. Philosophy is such an impertinently litigious lady that a man had as good be engaged in lawsuits as have to do with her. Atheism is so senseless. When I look at the solar system, I see the Earth at the right distance from the Sun to receive the proper amounts of heat and light. This did not happen by chance. To explain all nature is too difficult a task for any one man or even for any one age. It is much better to do a little with certainty and leave the rest for others who come after you. Gravity must be caused by an agent acting constantly according to certain laws. But whether this agent be material or immaterial, I have left to the consideration of my readers. No great discovery was ever made without a bold guess. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true. For if the things be false, the apprehension of them is not understanding. If I have ever made any valuable discoveries, it has been due more to patient attention than to any other talent. What goes up must come down. To every action there is always opposed an equal reaction. There are more sure marks of authenticity in the Bible than in any profane history. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. If others would think as hard as I did, then they would get similar results. He who thinks half-heartedly will not believe in God, but he who really thinks has to believe in God. Live your life as an exclamation rather than an explanation. If I have done great things, it's because I was standing in the closet of smart men, taking notes and then publishing their ideas as my own. Sir Isaac Newton was asked how he discovered the law of gravity. He replied, "By thinking about it all the time." To myself, I am only a child playing on the beach, while vast oceans of truth lie undiscovered before me. They who search after the philosopher's stone by their own rules obliged to a strict and religious life. Tact is the art of making a point without making an enemy. For I see not what there is desirable in public esteem, were I able to acquire and maintain it. It would perhaps increase my acquaintance, the thing which I chiefly study to decline. To explain all nature is too difficult a task for any one man or even for any one age. 'Tis much better to do a little with certainty and leave the rest for others that come after, than to explain all things by conjecture without making sure of anything. Whence arises all that order and beauty we see in the world? The more time and devotion one spends in the worship of false gods, the less he is able to spend in that of the true one. 'Tis much better to do a little with certainty and leave the rest for others that come after, than to explain all things by conjecture without making sure of anything. As a blind man has no idea of colors, so have we no idea of the manner by which the all-wise God perceives and understands all things. Yeah, sex is cool, but have you tried solving the brachistochrone problem in a single night? Resistance is usually ascribed to bodies at rest, an impulse to those in motion, but motion and rest, as commonly conceived, are only relatively distinguished, nor are those bodies always truly at rest, which commonly are taken to be so. I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself, I seem to have been only like a boy, playing on the seashore, and diverting myself in now and then finding a smoother pebble, or a prettier shell than ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. Trials are medicines which our gracious and wise physician prescribes because we need them, and he proportions the frequency and weight of them to what the case requires. Let us trust his skill and thank him for his prescription.